Attention!
Still breathing, despite everything. looking ahead. Right tool will do the trick.
You're being watched. Tempers are rising.
Stand down, villain. In the name of the Steel Watch, aggressive action will not be tolerated in the presence of the patriarchs of this proud city. The Steel Watch appreciate your
Dearest patriarchs, dearest Raven Guard, what a moment. The Blade of Frontiers graces our halls, and is wearing his devilish best.
My father. He's here.
My friend, forgive the cold welcome. My Steel Watchers are eager watchdogs, for the good of the people, I'm sure you understand. Lord Enver Gortash at your service. I understand congratulations are in order. Thorm's defeat hasn't gone unnoticed. You're known for who you are and for that nether stone that you carry. Ah, and my old friend, Karlach. It's no wonder your victory was so decisive. It's lovely to see you again, darling.
I'm sure it is.
We'll catch up once we've covered more pressing matters. Thorm's Netherstone, more to the point. You know, it takes all three to control the brain. Without Thorm's, it's become vexingly willful. The quakes are a clear warning. If nobody steps in soon, it'll free itself from the authority of the Crown. I expect it'll start with turning the Sword Coasts infected. You among them. That prism of yours won't last indefinitely. Next, the grand design. The Mind Flayer Empire reborn. If we're lucky, we'll become slaves. If we're unlucky, well, not the most thrilling of prospects, but it's a fate that can be avoided. If you and I come to an understanding, together we can still restore authority over the brain.
Of course. Gortash always did have an eye for opportunity.
It's not. But it will not follow new orders unless the Netherstones are united to give the command. When it finishes executing its current orders, it will be free to do as it wishes. That will be bad for everyone. Once it is freed from its shackles, I doubt we'll ever be able to bring it under control again.
No! Those watchers are liable to turn us into cat food if we move a muscle.
Sage advice. My steel watchers take unkindly to threats, no matter how hollow.
You're of little use to me, dead. But dead is exactly what you will be if you arouse the ire of my steel watch.
There's an old wisdom. A brittle alliance can never be mended. It can only break. With Ketheric gone, Orin proved treacherous. Baal's chosen wants the Netherstones for herself. She only cares for blood. And your blood and mine are of particular interest to her. Orin changes shape faster than you and I change clothes. You know, she's tricked you before. She's targeted me as well. I'm well protected, but she's extremely good at what she does. If Orin obtains all 3 Netherstones, she'll plunge the coast into chaos and paint the city in blood. I can't let that happen. I want to lead this city to glory, not scorch its earth. I'd like to propose a pact, a divine oath sworn upon spirit and flesh. I do no harm to you, nor you to me. Furthermore, you'll have nothing to fear from my steel watch while our pact stands. Thorm's stone is yours to keep. When you slay Orin and take her stone, you bring it here, so the 3 are united once again. Together we rule Faerun as kings. No, more than kings. Gods. We rule as the absolute.
And my father?
Your father will do whatever you command him to, like any other subject in our kingdom. What do you say? Shall we be allies?
I can detect no deceit. This alliance could serve us well. And if it does not, well, we need not honor it.
Let's be allies, said the viper to the frog.
Gortash's eyes blink in a consistent rhythm. He stands calmly, confidently. He fully intends to share his kingdom with you.
So Ketheric was ready to betray our alliance too. I can't say it comes as a surprise. But you should know this. I initiated this plot. I brought Ketheric and Orin together to create the Absolute. They knew this would only work if we stood united and coordinated our powers. Their ambition blinded them to reason. I don't suffer the same affliction. In short, you can trust me. What a shame to refuse the power of a god. Perhaps a demonstration of why you need my help will motivate you to make the right decision. Your camp is compromised. One among you is an imposter, a faceless. Who, I can't say. I'd suggest a thorough investigation. You'll find I speak the truth.
A doppelganger in our camp. That sounds all too believable.
Let this be a warning. Orin is the spark in a powder keg. We make an alliance, or the city is made ash. I will give you time to reconsider.
Tread carefully. Remember, you must do what it takes to survive, even if it means striking a deal with the enemy.
Oh, but I most certainly am not. Now, come, be witness as I make history as the first Archduke of Baldur's Gate.
Hang on. We're at a strategic disadvantage here. Better to take down those machines, then rip Gortash's throat out.
Sage advice. My steel watchers take...
You're of little use to me, dead. But dead is exactly what you will be if you arouse the ire of my steel watch.
You will follow me, and you will show due respect. Distinguished dukes, patriarchs, dearest Raven Guard, I will heed your call. A new chapter begins.
Enver Gortash, swearest thou by Balduran's blade to defend the citizens of Baldur's Gate from enemies within and without?
I swear.
Swearest thou true faith and fealty to the same, by word, deed, and decree, so that none may suffer?
I swear.
Gathered guests, grant ye consent? A traitor's words. She means to fracture this council.
Watchers to arms. The war of the Absolute has begun. Now, come, be witness as I make history as the first Archduke of Baldur's Gate.
Please stay your hand. My father's life is at stake.
Sage advice. My steel watchers take unkindly.
You're of little use to me, dead. But dead is exactly what you will be if you arouse the up.
Now, come, be witness as I make history as the first Archduke of Baldur's Gate.
Hang on.
Sage advice.
You're of little use to me, dead. But dead is exactly what you will be if you arouse the ire of my steel watch.
Then allow me to peek it for you.
Your brain twists and stretches under the Watcher's gaze. The pain almost brings you to your knees before fading.
You will follow me, and you will show due respect. Distinguished dukes, patriarchs, dearest Raven Guard, I will heed your call. A new chapter begins.
Enver Gortash, swearest thou by Balduran's blade to defend the citizens of Baldur's Gate from enemies within and without?
I swear.
Swearest thou true faith and fealty to the same, by word, deed, and decree, so that none may suffer?
I swear.
Gathered guests, grant ye consent? Enver Gortash, the Council appoints you Archduke of Baldur's Gate.
My friends, the Steel Watch stands ready. Let its blade fall on any who would diminish our city. And you, honored guest, will find me in my office above when you return. Do not come empty-handed.
So there you have it. Lord Enver Gortash in all his glory. What did you make of him? Yeah. Fucker always had expensive taste. I don't know how anyone in this hall could fall for this charade. Isn't it obvious what a chancer he is? And they expect these big metal monsters to tuck them in at night while the Absolute knocks on the gates. If only they knew the truth. The Dead Three orchestrated all of this. And it's working. I wish this city, the people running it, were smarter than me. Gortash isn't their salvation. He's the monster at the gate.
Truest of souls, bathed in her light.
There is a fleeting connection. Your parasite commute.
Father, my dearest boy, the hells have touched you, but you've come to me just as Gortash said you would. A true soul, no less. Father and son, unstoppable generals. You and your allies will usher in a new dawn. Help me. Floric chose shadow over light. Her betrayal burned deeper than the fires of Avernus. She's been punished for her lies. Don't let her get to you.
The Duke wants to keep Floric's location a secret. Little does he know that you've already found and freed her.
What is a hero, if not an actor for the greater good? Faerun suffers in darkness. Tyr has abandoned us. Helm's Eye has strayed. But Baldur's Gate will soon burn bright, a beacon to light the heavens. Gortash and I will ignite the final spark, and that, true soul, is the greatest of goods.
No. This isn't him. This is the tadpole talking.
For a brief moment, uncertainty clouds his mind, then dissipates. The astral prism vibrates in concord.
What nonsense is this?
The prism quivers once more. Ravengard falters.
As I said, Baldur's Gate will ascend. Tyrill's first and only grand city.
First comes a vision of terror. The city of Baldur's Gate taken by Lithids. But beyond the terror, there is hope. You see a beaming Ravengard presiding over the sunlit city, applauded by the people. A people at peace.
Ravengard, the real Ravengard, is in there somewhere. We can't give up on him.
Have we finished then?
Incredible. To him, but there's still a glimmer of him in there. I won't let the Absolute keep him. This is my pledge. I met her twice. The first time, I was a boy of chestnut hair that flowed behind. The second time, even with the aid of a cane, each step she took was a struggle. A stroke victim, I asked Father later. No, he said, a stroke survivor.
You sense uncertainty in Will's voice. He questions his father's explanation.
Something's always gnawed at me. At the banquet, Stelmane didn't seem to look at us, but through us. But that second time, her gaze never left me. It was steel, sharp and unyielding. It could just be my imagination, but I always felt that it was more than a stroke that had changed her. What, though? I couldn't say. Whatever you believe about Stelmane, she's not the only one to suffer the killer's blow. My father was tadpoled. Stelmane is dead. The people are frightened and the council's in disarray. To exert control, you must first sow chaos. A tyrant's strategy, as Father would say. These murders aren't random acts. Someone powerful is guiding the killer's hand, and the city is made weaker for it. Mind flayers are like devils. They just sport tentacles rather than wings. Clever, manipulative, exploitative. The Emperor says he's a friend. I think we'd be fools to believe him. And maybe it's true. Maybe Stelmane allied with a mind flayer and subjected the city to their political will. Or maybe he made an offer she couldn't refuse.
Protect us! What then?
Her son will rise.
What's on your mind?
An imposter in our ranks. If this is true, it could be anyone. You, me... Well, not me, I know who I am. Perhaps we shouldn't take Gortash's word for granted. But if he speaks the truth, we need to be careful. Orin could have eyes and ears on us right now.
Traitors put here. Any who dare speak ill of Baldur's Gate.
Pardon me for saying, Archduke, but do the people require such a heavy hand?
Ravengard has not once failed this city. If he trusts Gortash, then so do I.
Archduke Gortash, man of the people. The right people.
Stand ready.
An Archduke! Finally someone who can stand up to those wretched absolutists.
And the fist mark.
What glory our city, and what glory its future.
Greetings, citizen Fluffington. I trust you are enjoying...
Hail the Archduke.
I may speak only to my lord.
Next, we identify all enemies within our wall.
That would be rash. The guild are...
Thank the living gods, Gortash is here. Finally.
An historic...
As long as we're not overrun. There are supplies...
Absolute army won't stand a chance.
Not everyone subscribes.
Pardon me for saying, Archduke, but do the people require such a heavy hand?
The people demand it. Is a Baldurian truly free when he fears for his future?
And if the Steel Watch can't protect us, what then?
The Flaming Fist stand ready, with Gortash at the head. They can't fail.
Ravengard, you would give up the Fist's command?
The Watch and the Fist must unite under one authority. Gortash is uniquely qualified for the endeavor. Under Gortash, the two will conquer the cult army and preserve our city and our heritage.
I may...
The Steel... I can't think of a better...
Ravengard.
Archduke.
An Archduke?
Duke, my lord.
What glory.
Enemies within? What do you mean?
Traitors, Portier. Any who dare speak ill of Baldur's Gate or its people.
Pardon me for saying, Archduke, but do the people require such a heavy hand?
The people demand it. Is a Baldurian truly free when he fears for his future?
And if the Steel Watch can't protect us, what then?
The Flaming Fist stand ready, with Gortash at the head. They can't fail.
Ravengard, you would give up the Fist's command?
The Watch and the Fist must unite under one authority. Gortash is uniquely qualified for the endeavor. Under Gortash, the two will conquer the cult army and preserve our city and our heritage. Your first act as Archduke, my lord?
We prepare an army of our own. The Steel Watch will be mobilized.
Next, we identify all enemies within our walls and within our ranks. They will be imprisoned until they prove loyal.
Enemies within? What do you mean?
Traitors, Courtier. Any who dare speak ill of Baldur's Gate or its people.
Pardon me for saying that, Stu. But do the people require such a heavy hand?
The people demand it. Is a Baldurian truly free when he fears for his future?
And if the Steel Watch can't protect us, what then?
The Flaming Fist stand ready, with Gortash at the head. They can't fail.
Ravengard, you would give up the Fist's command?
The Watch and the Fist must unite under one authority. Gortash is uniquely qualified for the endeavor. Under Gortash, the two will conquer the cult army and preserve our city and
away, if you please.
A commoner made Archduke.
What are they thinking?
A good leader knows.
Why must you make everything such a bother?
The Steel Watch. Next, we identify all enemies within our...
What do you mean?
Any who dare speak ill of Baldur's Gate or its people.
Pardon me for saying that, Stu. But do the people require such a heavy hand?
The people demand.
How Gortash get to be Archduke anyway?
And if the Steel Watch can't protect us?
Absolute army.
Times of strife produce the finest leaders.
My cousin told me.
Dearest Karlak, I'd busy myself finding Orin if I were you. I'll still be here.
That's it. That's all.
Were you hoping for something else?
Thanks to you, I don't hope for things any.
You most certainly...
If it isn't little Will, straight to your handler. And I didn't even have to whistle.
Mizora, I've had enough. You owe your life to me. Time to end the pact.
Poor thing. You've had a tough go. And you don't know the half of it. You see, Gortash has had your father relocated. I'm just an impartial observer. This is Gortash's game. A murderous one, the way I hear it.
Shit.
Your dad's good as dead, pup. And to think, there's no way to save him. Is there?
You know something.
I know enough. I'll be in your camp if you want to work something out.
Of course she'd stick her infernal nose where it doesn't belong. Of course she's dreamt up some risible scheme. By all the hounds of the hells, what is she planning? I couldn't even fathom a guess. Though, I doubt we'll need to wait long for answers. Let's make camp when we're able. Mazora will be waiting. Until then, may my father keep safe, whatever coop he's been flown to.
That should tell you something. What? Every juice is the same as the last. Sticking up for each other as the sky falls around.
Master Porter, I've taken the liberty of... Oh, you're not the master. Just as well.
Why must you make everything such a bother?
Lady Alia says the Absolute's army won't be called...
Look, I'm all for Gortash, but those...
Because they do your job better than you and without complaining. It is unnerving.
Imagine where we'd be without them. The city would be overrun. They're all that's keeping this cult at bay.
He has a point. They make people feel safe, if nothing else.
Ha! You hear this? Tell my friends how safe you feel with those metal giants stamping about. You've been reading too many picture books.
Lord Gortash himself is the one pulling their strings. We're all better off for it.
Elturel's exiles, cast out by their own city. Your precious hero liberated them from one hell only.
Sorry, these dukes are working me to the bone.
Ravengard is a charlatan, like every last patriarch of this wretched city.
You hear? My lady says Absolute's army's on the march. There's watchers. We'll hold the line. You best believe.
Lord, Archduke, God. I'll call Gortash what he wants, as long as Lord Chattershield pays me for all this waiting around.
Gortash has Ravengard on his side. That should tell you something.
What? Every duke's just the same as the last, sticking up for each other as the sky falls around.
Head up, chest out. Lord Portier could dis...
Not as exhausted as all that boot.
Bruff's bubbly, no time.
Lady Alia says the Absolute's army won't be causing trouble for Gortash. Or for us.
I'm not sure I believe it. But does it really matter?
brain is resisting its orders. Without all 3 stones to control...
Don't cause any trouble.
Keep those feet moving.
Citizen.
I think you have the wrong...
False. Report your purpose, Steel Watcher. Why are you following these citizens? I understand your malfunction. Your unit is a highly outdated model. The Ragnak's casement protecting your metallurgized ice valves is burning well outside the recommended temperature. Please report to the Steelwatch Foundry for dismantling.
Yeah. Hey, Metal Man. If I report to this foundry, can my engine be fixed?
Your make is very obsolete. Repairing your engine would be not only impractical, but impossible. Report to the Steelwatch Foundry for immediate dismantling.
Yeah. Tell me something I don't know.
The Steelwatch Foundry is off-limits to visitors. This malfunctioning unit can escort itself back.
Not sure. Maybe whatever keeps them going is similar to my tin can. Turns out I'm the fucking prototype for these things. I'll dismantle every single one of them.
Any threat to the Steelwatch is a threat to Lord Gortash himself. Please report to the Steelwatch Foundry for immediate dismantling.
Yeah. Anything spicy you can tell me about the old prick?
You will speak of our creator, Lord Envergord. You will keep your distance, Steel Watcher.
Let's make tracks before this thing gives me the...
Sure, I believe her. Does it really matter?
Was I supposed to see their optics?
You're not wearing armor to meet my mother and father.
Tools, all shapes, all sizes, all prices!
Yes, but they were Gortash's idea, which makes him the inventor.
How about we settle on the Gondians and Gortash invented them?
This armor was such a bargain.
Whether you're getting hammered or getting nailed, we've got the tool for the job.
To see one of them in a fight. A
told me
real
the armor was
fight.
involved.
They crush everyone.
But good armor is hard to find. Maybe I could wear it to dinner with your folks.
You are not wearing armor to meet my mother and father.
Tools, all shapes, all sizes, all prices! Need something? I've got the tools for any job. Any job. whatever you're working.
This armor is such a bargain. We can't return it.
Are you a Steel Watcher fan too? If so, we meet here at...
My mate got thrown by a Steel Watcher.
Excuse me, we're discussing...
What I would give to be the
Danthalon's dancing act.
You have got to check out Danthalon's dancing acts. Their leatherwork is amazing.
You merely offered patronage. The Gondians built the Steel Watch. The Stitch.
Yes, but they were Gorta's line, which makes him the inventor.
Yes,
How about
darling,
we
it's
settle
very
on the Gondians
leather-like.
and Gortash invented them? Do you not like it?
Well, we're shopping for a suit. Dinner with my parents, remember?
This armor was such a bargain. We can't return it. Don't forget to...
Seems like a lot.
To pleasure your fine lady, to feel her fingers grip yours in pure ecstasy.
Fruit? Vegetables? What can I do you for? If you're hungry...
Let them see you taking charge of your pleasure.
This food shop.
If you're here to shop, just...
You look like someone whose soul needs feeding. Care to buy some art? Do come again.
Such a prude. Why are some people so strange about Shares's caress? It's just so...
Music, and all-round pleasant folks, from what I...
And if a patron confuses me for a member of staff,
Finest fish caught this morning. What'll it be? Come back soon.
You know, I'm starting to remember that Worm's Crossing has a bit of a reputation, doesn't it? Tad mercenary, tad sordid. Anything and anyone for a price. Sound like you're speaking from experience, Will. Perhaps you'll have to give me a tour, refresh my memory.
I don't mind it. Honestly.
well, I do. Which means we're getting a real...
Something over there.
Listen, it's got private rooms, music, and all-round pleasant folks, from what I've heard.
Looking for lodgings? Don't bother.
Come to Baldur's Gate, he said. Adventurers get welcomed as heroes, he said. Poxy Drim and his bleeding notions.
Bloody ages we spent hiking from Murren, and they won't let us in the city proper. Bollocks. We're adventurous, damn it. The bridge god chatted some shite about a coronation. Couldn't really make head nor tail of it.
I will not. It is our chance to start over.
Word to the wise. Give that ill-mated temple a wide berth. Rude buggers. Certainly not bringing my trade there again. Does that excuse being rude? Excluding folk? Come off it. They wouldn't let me in. Spouted some tripe about my sort and absolutist murderers. I only wanted to sit down a minute. Let me show you. Pleasure doing business. Maybe the circus would be more open to traders?
Rich guys.